I'm Emily Mashak, and you're listening to Tuned Into NoCo, Town Square's public affairs show that lets you know what matters in NoCo. I'm sitting down today with Susan Butters, a board member for Voices Carry Child Advocacy Center. So thanks for coming in today, Susan.
Thanks so much, Emily, for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Of course. And I brought you in because we're going to talk about the second annual Holiday Home Tour, which is coming up at the end of this month. But before we get to the events, I want to talk about the cause it's benefiting because that's really important. So can you tell me a little bit about Voices Carry and what that is?
Yeah, Emily, thank you so much. The Child Advocacy Center works to prevent and respond to child sexual abuse in Larimer County. We help to prevent it through our training that we do in 25 of the Poudre School District elementary schools, and they work in kindergarten through third grade, and also through adult education. But when abuse does happen and it is reported, then we offer a safe place for the child to have a voice and to support them through the healing process.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that looks like when a case is reported and how do you go about that in a sensitive way?
Yeah, when a case is reported either through the Department of Human Services or the law enforcement, they contact the Child Advocacy Center. An appointment is made for a family, including the child, to come to this family-friendly home that the CAC has, and they come in and they are interviewed. The family members are supported. They're given tools to move on from this event, but the child is given support and an opportunity to let them hear their voice and to tell their story as to what's happened to them.
Mm-hmm. So it really paints the child as an actual person instead of dismissing them.
Definitely. It's one thing that we know is that when a child can be understood and believed the first time, there's a 100% chance of recovery for that child. And if they're not, and it goes on to a second and third time that they're not believed until they've spoken, then it decreases that opportunity for that child to really recover from this incident.
Mm-hmm. How did you get involved with the organization? How did you get to be on the board?
You know what? My child, when she was in second grade, she came home and she told me about the prevention program and the Safety Smarts program that she had heard in her classroom, and that she didn't want to attend a birthday party. And the reason she didn't want to attend it was because she was afraid of the daddy that was there at the birthday party. So as a mama, I immediately got very, interested into what she meant. And there wasn't any kind of incident for our daughter. But what it did is it provided me a chance to listen to my daughter, to say, no, you don't have to go to this birthday party if you feel uncomfortable. And then at that point, I reached out to the school as to what this program was about. I found out it was the Child Advocacy Center. And at that point, I wanted to volunteer and become a part of it in trying to help every child in our community.
Mm-hmm. That's really impressive that she was able to recognize that at such a young age.
She did. And I think that's where the CAC works with these children from kindergarten through third grade. And they put this program in front of them every year for a 6 to 7 week time frame, so they are aware. They know what they're supposed to be looking for. They know they've been told to listen to their hearts and to tell somebody when they question it, and that's what is so great about the prevention program.
Mm-hmm. I want to actually go into a bit more detail about that. I saw on your website, too, there's lots of great information. So I know that when a case gets more serious, they do a forensic interview.
Yes.
What are these like, and what does that mean exactly?
Well, the Child Advocacy Center has fully trained and certified forensic interviews right at the CAC, which is another reason why Department of Human Services and some other organizations reach out to the CAC to do this process. Those interviews are very impactful. A child sits down directly with a forensic interviewer in a room, and there's a relationship built. Those two people start a conversation, build trust between one another, and hopefully at the end of that interview or multiple interviews, there's a chance for that child to speak up and tell the truth, tell the story of what's happened. Those actual interviews are taped. They're watched by law enforcement at the same time. And so then those tapes and that testimony is given to the court and inevitably is able to actually help to persecute the person that was the one involved.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yep.
It sounds like a bit of a scary process for a child to go through, though. I would be a little nervous if I was that young and being filmed in a room.
Yep, I think they don't realize they're being filmed. It's all very private. It's a very warm room. There's lots of testing involved as far as what works, what doesn't work. They're not pushed to say anything they don't want to say. It is really built on a friendship and a relationship, and that child is meant to feel safe and secure in telling their story and telling these people that they've just met what actually has happened to them.
Well, this sounds like a great organization, and I really, even just in the few minutes I've been talking about it, I've loved hearing what it can do for at-risk children.
Great.
So let's get to the Holiday Home Tour, which is going to support this awesome organization. What is this event, and what can listeners expect from it?
Okay, well, this Holiday Home Tour, this is our second annual. Last year was our first inaugural year. We came up with the idea after touring a holiday home tour in the Denver market, and we said Northern Colorado needs something like this. Last year, we're a huge success, and this year we've decided to continue, and now we're in the Highland Meadows golf community this year. We are going to display 5 homes on the golf course, and they've all been decorated by the homeowner as well as local florists and design teams such as Bath Nursery, Simply Home, Palmer Flowers, and they all come in and enhance that homeowner's own decorations to make it just elude the holiday festive kind of decorations. But it's a 2-day event, November 22nd from 2 to 7 p.m., and all the Christmas lights are on the homes, and then as well as Saturday, November 23rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The tickets are $25, and you tour all 5 homes as fast as you want or as slowly as you want, and you get all your own ideas to go home and do your own.
Very exciting. It sounds like HGTV in real life.
It is.
I love it.
And it's actually a competition for the florists and the design teams. They kind of look at it, too, a little bit about they want each house to be the best and to be the most favorite. So It's fun. It's festive. It's a great way to get out and to see homes in the Northern Colorado area. And it's a great cause to bring money back to the CAC.
Very cool. Can you tell me, how can people get tickets, and how do they know where the houses are and which ones to start at?
Okay. Well, tickets can be purchased actually online with the Voices Carry, CAC.org. You can go in and purchase tickets. You'll receive a confirmation email that shows how many you purchased. Or you can purchase them at retail locations, which are our design teams and florist locations. Palmer Flowers, the Niche Design Center out in Centera, Simply Home, Bath Nursery, Interior Design Concepts. All those retail locations actually sell the tickets to you. You'll want to report into the Highland Meadows Pool Clubhouse, and at that point we'll give you a full color program that gives you the addresses and the descriptions of the homes that are on the tour, and then you'll be free to wander through the neighborhood at your leisure.
Awesome. Now, you were a part of the tour last year, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What impact did you see the event have?
It was amazing, the enthusiasm behind the community in such a fun and festive event that actually is a fundraiser. So the costs to do this event are so low because of the generosity of our homeowners and the generosity of our design and floral teams. They all give of their time, and they give of their products that go in the homes. So by us being able to get sponsors and advertisers, we're really able to make a huge impact financially for the Child Advocacy Center, and it comes around to be able to then go into our prevention programs, our adult prevention, our forensic programs, and really, really help the kids of Northern Colorado.
Yeah, so it's fun for the community, but definitely will benefit these children.
Yes, most definitely.
How has the Child Advocacy Center affected you? I know you've been on the board for a little while. How would you describe the impact it's had on you over the years?
You know, I've been with the Child Advocacy Center 12 years now as a volunteer, and then on the board of directors for about 3. And my husband has also come on board this crazy roller coaster of mine and a passion that we've created as a family. It's rolled over into our own family business that we have in Fort Collins with the people and friends that we have in our own lives. And it's just really filled me up, filled our family up in making a difference in helping children and seeing the difference that it's making for the children of Northern Colorado.
If people want to follow in your footsteps and get involved, how can they volunteer or donate to the center?
Oh, that's wonderful. We would love volunteers anytime to work with any of our events. We have 3 major events at the CAC a year, and we love volunteers to help out with those events. And they also can use people to come in and even just do little things around the house occasionally. So the voicescarrycac.org has a button on there to be able to donate and to also be able to help and to get involved, as well as to reach out to anybody at any of the events that they participate in.
That's great. All right, we're getting ready to sign off here, but do you have any final thoughts that you'd like our listeners to hear before we go?
Oh, Emily, I just appreciate your time, and I am grateful for the community support. Everybody come out to the holiday home tour, purchase tickets, and make a difference with those kiddos that you have in your life. Maybe those are grandchildren, children, or just neighbors of children that you know. But it definitely helps our community, and I'd appreciate your support.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Susan.
Thank you.
Again, that was Susan Butters, a board member on the Voices Carry Child Advocacy Center, a local nonprofit that works to prevent and respond to child abuse. If you are interested in attending the second annual holiday home tour that takes place on Friday, November 22nd to Saturday, November 23rd, you can visit www.voicescarrycac.org for more information.